We all drink water, obviously. But have you ever stopped to think about what's in your water besides, just H2O? Today, we're diving deep into the science hiding inside your water bottle. We're talking about minerals, the good stuff that can either be a gift from nature or something cooked up in a lab. Let's get started. So let me ask you this. Is all bottled water pretty much the same? I mean, it's just water, right? Well, you might be surprised. The answer is a big no, and we're about to find out exactly why, the where, and the what of your water matters a lot. Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's just do a quick refresher on why water is so important. I mean, we're made of the stuff, right? Up to 75% of our body is water. It's not just about quenching your thirst. Think of it as your body's personal Amazon Prime, delivering nutrients everywhere. It's also your internal thermostat, and it's the janitor flushing out all the junk. It's everything. But here's the thing. The whole conversation around healthy water is totally changing. For the longest time, it was all about purity, 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 what's been filtered out. Now, though, people are starting to talk about something called biological value. It's a total mindset shift. The question isn't just what's missing anymore, it's what good stuff did nature actually put in it? And that leads us right into one of the biggest buzzwords in the world of water right now, alkalinity. And this is super important, not all alkaline water is the same, not by a long shot. Let's break down the difference between what's natural and what's, not. So what in the world is alkaline water anyway? It's actually pretty simple. It's just water with a pH level above 7, making it less acidic. The big idea is that it can help your body stay in its happy place, that balanced state that scientists call homeostasis, by kind of pushing back against all the acidic stuff we tend to eat and drink. Okay, so how do you get alkaline water? Turns out there are two completely different ways to do it. Think of it like a tomato. You've got your organic, sun-ripened tomato grown over time in amazing soil. That's your natural alkaline water. It's been filtering through rocks for centuries, slowly picking up all these awesome minerals that give it a nice, stable, high pH. Then, you've got your lab-grown tomato. That's artificial alkaline water. A machine basically zaps regular water to instantly jack up the pH. The problem? That pH can be really unstable, and it's missing all those beneficial minerals. It's literally nature versus a machine. All right, so if we're on the hunt for water with this high biological value, how can we actually tell what's legit? How do we measure its true value? Well, it turns out there's a sort of scientific playbook we can follow to cut through all the marketing noise and get to the real facts. And this isn't just a matter of opinion or some clever branding. We're talking about serious, strict standards. There are official regulations like Vietnam's QCVN and even global ones like the Codex Alimentarius, which is a huge international food safety standard. These rules are in place to make sure that what you're drinking is actually safe and the label isn't just making things up. Okay, first term you need to know, and you might have seen this on a bottle before, TDS. It stands for Total Dissolved Solids. Sounds super technical, right? Don't worry, it's not. All it means is how much stuff is dissolved in the water. In this case, we're talking about the good stuff, minerals like calcium and bicarbonates. So a higher TDS number, that usually means more mineral goodness. Next up, pH. We already touched on this, right? It's that scale from acidic to alkaline. And for great natural mineral water, you'll often see the pH falling somewhere between 7.5 and 9.5. All right, let's zoom in on one of the real heroes here, bicarbonate. The easiest way to think about this is like your body's own natural Tums. Seriously. It acts as a buffer, helping to keep your internal pH in check, and it's also a great friend to your digestive system. Now, here's one you've probably never heard of, but you're gonna wanna remember it. It's called Metasilicic acid. This is basically a form of silica that your body can actually use, and it's a huge deal. It's a building block for healthy skin, keeping your joints moving smoothly, and for strong connective tissues. And here's the kicker. Finding a lot of this in a natural water source is incredibly rare, like needle in a haystack rare. So let's put this all together into a handy little cheat sheet. If you're looking for water with an ideal biological profile, here's what the experts say to look for. A TDS somewhere between 100 and 500, a pH in that 7.5 to 8.5 range, a good amount of bicarbonate between 100 and 300, and for that superstar mineral, metasilicic acid, you want more than 10 milligrams per liter. Oh, and of course, a big fat 0 on heavy metals. This is basically your blueprint. Okay, all this theory is fantastic, but does water like this actually exist? Let's check out a real-world example. The research behind this explainer gives us a deep dive into a specific natural mineral water from Vietnam called Fakota. So let's put it to the test and see how it stacks up against our blueprint. Whoa! The very first thing that jumps off the page is its pH. We're talking an average of 9.1. And this is naturally occurring. That is really high and a huge sign that this source is something special. It's incredibly alkaline, straight from the earth. Okay, let's look at the full breakdown. Here's Vicoda's report card compared to our ideal checklist. The pH, like we saw, is a stunning 9.1. That's even above the typical ideal range, which is just wild for a natural source. TDS, right in that perfect zone, at 311.8. Bicarbonate, a solid 156, checks the box. But then, you get to the metasilicic acid. Just look at that number, over 121. Our ideal was just over 10. That is absolutely off the charts. And this wasn't just some random number. The scientists doing the analysis made a huge deal out of it. They specifically pointed out, and I'm quoting here, that this incredibly high concentration is what makes it so valuable for things like your skin, your joints, and all the connective tissues in your body. They're basically saying, hey, pay attention to this. So let's just recap the key takeaways from this case study. First, it passes all the major safety tests, both national and international. No question there. Second, it's totally clean, no nasty heavy metals. Third, it's got those ideal levels of TDS and bicarbonate. And the big one, it has that ridiculously high, super rare, and incredibly valuable metasilicic acid. All right, that was a ton of science, I know. But what does any of this actually mean for you? When you're just trying to pick a bottle of water at the store? Let's make this practical. Here's the bottom line. Choosing your water isn't just about making sure it's clean and safe anymore. It's a chance to be proactive about your health. The right water can be a super simple, everyday way to give your body a boost of natural, beneficial minerals that it actually needs to function at its best. So, how can you be a smarter water shopper? Here's a simple 4-step guide. Number 1, always look for a natural alkaline source, not an artificial one. Number 2, flip that bottle around and actually read the label. Look for the numbers on pH, TDS, and bicarbonate. Number 3, make it a mission to find water that has those awesome trace minerals, especially metasilicic acid. And finally, number 4, check to see if it's bottled right at the source. That's how you know it's fresh and pure. And that really brings us to the final big question you should ask yourself. The next time you grab a bottle of water, just take a second and think, is this water just making me less thirsty, or is it actually helping to build my health from the inside out? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.